I am live. I'm live. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Kurt. I'm live. You're live. We're live. We're all live here. Nobody here but us chickens. That's an old joke. It's not even a very good joke. Oh, I do have my phone on me. My phone's here. My phone has been suspiciously quiet. It bothers me all the time, but it has not made any noise. So, you know what? I was reading an article on another window, and then looked down at the time and was like, "Hey, it's time to go." We'll all go home and have some drinks, and then, but I've got something cool that I hope this camera will show nicely. Figured out something, but I'm going to get to that as we go. Here's Todd. Hey, Todd. How are you, Todd? I know we're going to get some more people as we get going, so it's usually why I show up a little earlier. Ramiro, hello. How are you? I'm getting my speaking voice back. Yay! So, yeah, we'll just let a few more people populate. There's Dave. I already told Dave the thing I discovered about the weird coloring with the camera and everything. But I'm going to share it all with you guys as we go. As this dying fan sounds like a little tiny electric generator cranking away. I can't wait to share the project that we worked on that I did. Hey, Lincoln, how you doing? That I did at the shop today. I will give one more spoiler. It is Jason's kukri from Smoky Mountain that we had discussed working on. I'm hoping Jason's going to show up for this. Sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't. But I'm pretty. It's a little off from what we had originally talked about in the comments, if you were following that. But it's cool. Cooked Irish content. Hello. Yeah, Kurt. So now all you got to do is start running 100-meter dashes, and you'll be good to go. Congratulations. So, for this particular chat, I will be nibbling on giant Twizzlers. Do I ever snare rabbits? No, I do not ever snare rabbits. I don't have. I mean, there are some little wild rabbits around here, but I don't snare them because they are on like protected public land. So I don't personally snare them. No. Hey, Nick. Merry Christmas to you and everyone. Let's see. We still seeing gray instead of blue? Yeah, we are. Okay. So moving into the actual, people will get here and they'll watch the replay if they want. So I figured something out. The frustration of seeing green things as gray, it's not this camera. He ducked at R2D2. Oh yeah, we gotta yeah, we gotta work on that, David. Hello. So I figured this out, messing around with various things. The problem, seeing colors, certain colors, is not this camera. It's not the camera on the left. It is StreamYard. Because when I was just messing around using the actual YouTube in-house engine, all the colors came out fine. Using both the built-in camera on the laptop and this cool camera that Dave gave me. So StreamYard's processing, however they do it, is messing with colors. And I can't believe that we've never noticed it before. So somehow, StreamYard, with whatever they're doing, is affecting the color of greens. Just greens. I don't know why. I have no idea why that is. But whenever we look at greens, we see a very different kind of color. on StreamYard, just on StreamYard. So when I have real vibrant colors to show you guys, I might have to go through just the original YouTube live stream, interface. And maybe then we will start seeing the colors correctly, because I did the test and it works. I don't know what the problem is. I'm going to have to send like a request to StreamYard and have them fix it. So anyway, here we are. And that's the recommended camera for StreamYard. Yeah, I'm going to have to send an email to StreamYard and say, like, guys, fix your stuff. I don't know what's going on. So here we are a few days before Christmas. Yesterday, this is a very personal note, it was my grandmother's 97th birthday. And she is still kicking, and she's just awesome. I was not able to go and join in any festivities because, me still fighting off whatever. I'm not going to put myself in her vicinity, because that's just rude. I'd hate for her to make it all the way to 97 and then I cough around her and give her the crud that takes her out. That would be a terrible grandson thing to do. But here's what I'm going to do. And anybody who chooses to join me can. And if you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm going to take a drink to my sweet little old grandma, making it 97 years. And this is her 3rd year without my grandfather. Their anniversary is tomorrow. And it would have been something like 65 years. So double shot of larceny for my grandma, who has I'm her oldest grandson. I'm the favorite. I can say literally, I know it. I'm the favorite. And so I hope to get up and see her real soon. So her name is Faye. Her brother, my great uncle, flew bombers in World War II, flew B-24s, and I guess started me on my flight obsession growing up. So anybody that wants to, pause this, get a drink, do a drink with me or not. But this is for grandma, because I couldn't be there at the small little party they had. So and she deserved a double. So, woo! Yeah. All right. And I got something else, guys. So I'm still going through boxes. I'm still digging stuff out, seeing what we got. And I wanted to show you guys something because I'm really proud. Because going through boxes, it still fits. I'm not a big, fat, bearded, retired blob. Hang on. Well, it still fits, but the zipper's stuck. Check it out, guys. It still fits. Yeah. It still fits. So I was pretty excited to find this in a box. And so I put it on and came into the room in front of the kids and did a Superman pose. And they just looked at me and they went, "Why are you wearing a costume?" And I was like, "You guys, shut up." But yeah, so this is my flight suit with the patches from my last assignment on it. My weapons school graduate patch. Sebastian, we're just getting started. Nick? I am still doing the fitness challenges. I haven't done one in a while because I've been sick and everything. But yeah, I'm still doing them. So on cue, as I say, I'm sick. So I was not what we call a career aviator. Okay, I would have some big wings. But I did get an extra $385 a month for flight pay because I had to maintain flight status for my job. I did fly on plane. For certain things, I flew on planes. And I had to work with air missions, so like I always had to be on flight status. And I had to, they could call on me and be like, "Look, you need to go on this mission and you're going to be airborne for it. Or you're going to be on the ground doing XYZ. So anyway, I had to maintain the flight status all the time. I did not get to wear this very often, but if I was wearing this, chances are it was stuff that I was not going to see again in my like a once in a lifetime type thing, and I probably was not going to be allowed to talk about it with very many people afterwards. So it was awesome. Yeah. So when I was stationed at Tyndall as an instructor, right down the road was Eglin Air Force Base and Hurlburt, which was home of many big gray Secret Squirrel type airplanes, and we worked with the 14th Weapons Squadron, 15th Special Operations Squadron out there a lot. It was pretty good. It was good time stuff. I'm not going to wear this the whole time because I'm clearly out of uniform, but I'm just so thrilled that it still fits. And man, these things are comfy. It's like wearing pajamas to work, you know? So I'll probably be wearing it around the house for the rest of the night after we're done here because I missed it. Yeah. Nick, it is great to be back to work. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So if you guys were wait, let me read this. You found your Game Boy Advance Glacier Edition. Wow. The game gave you platinum. That's going back. So if you guys have followed the unboxing from Smoky Mountain, there was a kukri from my kukri. And it was some unknown, meaningless stainless steel. And, you know, we were just like, okay, cool, whatever. And we had no idea what it was. Just some stainless steel. And Jason said, owner of the box, do something, you know, put an artistic spin on it. And originally, we were talking about doing something bright and shiny and obnoxious. But I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. Then I just today, as I brought this thing in, here's the handle, and I was about to do something bright and shiny and obnoxious. Darren told me about a new technique that he learned, that he wanted to try on something, that he had to try on something on a Glock, I think, or a Smith & Wesson on an MP. And I said, you know what? I want to do that. I have this. I want to do that on this. Let me try that out. So the technique involves, well, you know, Kurt, since you brought this up, in the same box, I had one starched pressed set of BDUs from back when I was in E5. I had a whole bunch of ABUs, the most terrible uniform ever made. I had 4 sets of multicams. I had 4 sets of DCUs, the desert uniform, just a whole bunch of stuff. It was pretty cool. So this technique involves a base coat of black. It involves then putting down a dark midnight sky color, and then taking a 3M, Scotch-Brite pad, tearing it in half, and using that as a filter to spray some other colors through. And so the idea is to get, and I used some metallic-y type colors, and I'm hoping Jason comes to check this out, because here is what we ended up doing. So I turned this old whatever, kukri, I gave it what they call a galaxy finish. And it's hard to see right here with there's a dark red color. So the colors involved is SOCOM blue for the sky color, okay? And then black cherry and polar lights. I thought that was perfect. And then just to give it that splash of bright, warm color, tequila sunrise. I love the names of these colors. I couldn't be happier with the names of these colors. And then bright white for the star field, for the stars. Okay? And then, of course, I masked off the black, the horizon line. Now, to give it something special on the show side, Darren printed off a mask of just a little forest. Now, this is only, by the way, flashed. Okay, so I ran out of time. Flash means this is dry, you can touch it, but it's not fully cured. When it's fully cured, it will all have the same sheen, and it'll all have the same kind of finish. So you won't have that problem with light reflecting off it. But so then we got a forest mask on the vinyl printer. And so we did the forest in the original black. And so you've got the black forest as part of the ground against that galaxy sky color, which, you know, yeah, Dave, happy little trees. And let me tell you something, like I was panicking as I was doing this, because so what you do is, so you do the dark blue directly over. Normally you in between Cerakote colors, because you want it to remain as flat as possible. You sandblast in between colors. But this, you apply the color right on it. So the blue, sorry, is not a pure blue. It's like a blue tint over the black to just give it that blue, that kind of midnight blue sky, right? Thanks, Craig. Craig, I got the box, by the way. I haven't done the unboxing yet. So you just give it that like a little bit of spray to give it that color. Then what you do is you take the Scotch-Brite pad and you hold it right against it. Now, you're never supposed to touch Cerakote that's not cured, because it's basically still just a wet thing on the blade, but you put it right up against it. And then you spray through the Scotch-Brite, and that's how you get the kind of galaxy, the nebula look. And then, oh, and by the way, you are constantly turning your air down way lower than you ever should use, way lower than you ever should spray Cerakote with. Like, I would never in a million years think to turn it down that much. Hello, Hamter. You're Hamter. And then for the white, for the stars, I mean, barely any air at all, and you're just flicking paint splatter across the blade. And so that's what I came up with, and I'm really hoping that Jason likes this. I know it's not exactly what we were talking about, but he said use some artistic discretion, and I think that this is a one-of-a-kind. Look, I mean, given that this has got to be made out of some kind of Chinesium crap steel, so I figured I would make him a showpiece, you know, something that he could hang up on the wall, show off to friends. I didn't think he was ever going to be actually using this thing for anything. So it's a display piece. And like I said, once it's fully cured, you won't have that glare off the sky. So yeah, I'm hoping he really likes it. And then I put a little bit of the nebula on there. Stuart, I appreciate that. Thank you. So hopefully he really, hopefully he enjoys this. If not, I'll be back at the sandblaster and starting over with my original idea, which was just a color gradient from very bright, shiny metallic. Some of the same colors. Ethan clicked this, then clicked off of it saying boring. You tell Ethan I said one Christmas present in the fire pit. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I was working on today. In between gloss coating skulls and all sorts of other stuff. Have you ever gone to the Boeing Museum of Flight in Seattle? I have not, but I had been in Seattle when I was young, and I wasn't old enough to know that those things existed yet, but I would love to go. Hey, that double shot is hitting me a little bit right now. Can I break for a minute? I have not talked about my grandfather on this channel much, except when I was up in Connecticut when he was sick and he passed. Let me tell you a good story about an air museum and my grandfather. So at Bradley Airport in Connecticut, in Hartford, there is a small air museum in the back of it or whatever. And, I spent a lot of summer times at my grandparents in Connecticut. And it was my happy summertime place, growing up in New York City in an apartment, going to Connecticut and breathing fresh air and having room to run around. That was like a dream. And so for my birthday one year, I had to have been about 12 or fifth grade. However old you are in fifth grade. What are you, 11? or no, Aiden is 9 or 10 years old. Anyway, and I went up there for a week, and I was allowed to bring like 3 or 4 friends, and we just stayed up there with my grandparents for however many days. And my grandfather, Irv, he's a very, he grew up in the Midwest on a farm. He was always a very like a loving guy, but a very like just one facial expression, one tone of voice. You know what I mean? But so he took us to that air museum, and me and my friends, being who we are, there was an F-105 Thunder Chief, and I remember the type of plane exactly. We figured out how to open that canopy, and we broke into the plane. Yeah, we broke into the plane at the Air Museum because we're just a bunch of punks from the city, and like, hey, they didn't lock it, so obviously, and it didn't take security very long to figure out that one of the cockpits was now opened, and a bunch of kids are playing in it, and all this stuff. And they didn't react well at all, and they were, they're making all these threats about, the police, and you're going to jail, and and vandals, and my grandfather showed up, and he goes, "You guys know you shouldn't have done that." And we're like, "Well, we were so interested." And he goes, I want you to go wait in the car." We're like, "We don't want to wait in the car." And he goes, "Wait in the car." And so we're in the car, and we're watching my grandfather. And I've never heard my grandfather yell or use bad language in my life. And he's talking to the security guard, and I could hear one loud fuck over everything else. And the security guard shrink back, and like, I don't know what he said. I don't know what went on, but I will never remember the day that my grandfather stood up for me and my friends with the only curse word I've ever heard him use in my entire life. And it was a very magical day for me. And then we went home and played with toys. So it was great. Sorry, speaking of air museum. Kurt, that air museum at Hill is now huge, by the way. The Hill Air Force Base Museum is enormous, and I've been there. Dallas, the Frontiers of Flight Museum, is actually really nice, and some of my models are on display there. So, I also have a couple models on display at the USS Intrepid, unless they've rotated them out. I love air museums. In Long Island, by the way, New York, they have the Cradle of Aviation Museum, because you had Republic, you had Grumman, you had another one. Oh yeah, Craig, I've done a few F-105s. Yeah. Hey Peter, how are you? You know what, Peter? I encourage you when this is done to replay. I'm gonna show you this. We've been talking about this kukri from the Smoky Mountain box that I did for Jason. But if you replay, you can join me in a toast to my grandmother's birthday. She's 97, and you can hear all about how this was done. So anyway, yeah, the Cradle of Aviation Museum in Long Island is amazing. I mean, so much stuff. I can't remember. At one time there were like 4 big aviation companies in Long Island. And people don't realize this. My dad told me. My dad, when he was young, there were like 10,000 active duty military troops, walking around New York, because you had Sperry in Nassau County, which made like missile guidance systems and all sorts of electronics. You had Grumman making the F-14, making the A-6 Intruder, and prior to that, all sorts of World War II stuff. You had Republic, which made World War II planes. They made the A-10. They made some other stuff. And you had Vought Aviation, made the F-8, made the A-7, and other stuff. So you had like a whole lot of military importance in one small. I mean, Long Island's not a big area. It's really not. So there were like actual military, establishments, and they also had surface-to-air missile systems. And back when surface-to-air missiles were like these big concrete emplacements, all along like the coast of there. And so when I was in that Army Reserve unit, we moved from Uniondale, Long Island. If you know where Hofstra University is, that's kind of where we were, to out on the coast in Shoreham. And our new facility was on the grounds of where this Nike Ajax, which was like an old surface air missile system. So we got to explore the old tunnels that went from one launcher to, I mean, Long Island actually has a huge military history. Not to mention the there's some really super secret stuff where they did radar testing and the Philadelphia experiment. Like, weird. Long Island's got a great military. I highly recommend you guys, like, if you're into military history and everything, take some time in Manhattan, in New York, go to the Intrepid. The Intrepid is all. Every time I go home to visit my mom, I go into the city and I go to the Intrepid because it is just fucking awesome. They have MiGs, they have Russian airplanes on the deck there too, an Israeli fighter, all sorts of stuff. Sorry, this was never the whole direction I intended this to go, but here we go. And then, you can go all across Long Island and see all sorts of like actual military sites, closed down military sites, the military radar sites that were part of like the defense of the northeast of North America are now like state parks and stuff. The Roslyn Air National Guard Station, where they used to have like supersonic interceptors and electronic warfare, is now a state park. There's all sorts of stuff you can go check out at museums that are just really cool. So, that being said, let me grab some more water. Let me grab another super extra long Twizzler, and we can continue. Hollywood, I'm glad you like the kookery. It was actually. I got off track. I remember what I was saying. I was saying that as I was doing the individual steps, I was saying, "Oh my God, I'm screwing this thing up. This is going to look like crap. I'm destroying this thing." As I was going through each individual step, and it's not until the whole thing was completed that I kind of put it across, out, and I looked at it and I was like, "Wow, this is awesome. This is really cool. It really did work out. So it's cool." Kurt, the Philadelphia experiment the technology was tested out there. I shouldn't say the Philadelphia experiment, but they did some really secret stuff that's still secret today. Radar systems and weird stealthy stuff. I heard gunshots real close to me. Yeah, good old boy. Growing up in New York, you hear stuff. One night we had at like 2 or 3 a.m. There's a whole bunch of noise and cop cars all over the place from the 109th precinct, and there was like some dude hiding in the bushes outside of our apartment. They were showing up to arrest him. We're talking about grandfathers now. Mine was kind of like yours. We didn't say a lot. Yeah, it's the guys who don't talk a whole lot that have a whole lot of life behind them. I'm responding to David now, and yeah, my grandfather. I've said this before on the channel. He was really very miserable his whole life because he was in World War II. He was an only son, and he lived on a farm, and so he was deferred from fighting, not by his choice. He was rejected, and he felt terrible about himself for a really long time that he was not allowed to go fight, and he really. Hang on, let's get rid of that guy. He was really upset with himself, And how did this guy post again after I blocked him? Try refreshing the page. So yeah, but that's like a whole different time, like today it's not like that. It's just not like that. So I guess it's just different. It's just different. But yeah. So, outdoors with Big Nat. I'm sorry, I did not welcome you. I was in the midst of just running my big fat mouth. Hello, welcome. How are you tonight? So that's kind of all right. So we're done with the Kukri. So you guys are going to see the review of this guy real soon. The Kubi KU 299. I've been carrying this since I opened it up and did the review. This thing is very nice. I can't say it's my favorite, but it is very, very nice. High-end Kubi. I think on Amazon right now it's about $140-ish. I'll post the full unboxing and review. I love this. Am I ready for Christmas? I am not ready for Christmas. I was out shopping yesterday. In fact, me and Sam got together to go do some more shopping for the boys. And I still feel like I want to do more. I have some stuff that I ordered that, of course, is not going to get here on time. But, you know, if you talk to our favorite Peppermint Patty White House spokesperson, everything's fine. The economy's great. There's no problems whatsoever. I don't know. We have our tree up, though. And it'd be great if we got some snow, but I don't think it's going to happen out in our neck of the woods. But the boys are excited. And I'll have the boys for Christmas Eve and most of Christmas morning. So that's pretty cool. So, you know, I'll enjoy that. Christmas is a money pit. I guess Christmas is kind of a money pit, but, you know, I never want my boys to wake up and not have... Where do you even find Kubis? I'll tell you what. Amazon, believe it or not, is a great place to find Kubis. Nobody counterfeits them, so you don't have to worry about whether or not they're real. Kubi has their own website, but they also sell their own stuff on Amazon. So a lot of the times, it's cheaper on Amazon than through their own website. And like I've seen, like White Mountain Knives sells Kubis. Like a lot of actual, you know, distributors will sell Kubis too. So Google like a model number that you like KU299, for example. For that one, just put it in Google and you'll get some results that come up. I've got another one to unbox. It's Jade, yay, that I'll be doing soon. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to get up before the end of the year. I have not received my... Yeah, I'm going to do the big, by the way, I think you asked, Patriot, the big EDC club. I want to see what they bring to the party. But I haven't gotten mine yet. So, I don't know. You'll be in rehab for Christmas? Oh, yeah. Well, walking is important. Walking will be a great Christmas present. Next week there will be fakes all over. Yeah. Well, every once in a while, guys, I go on to like DHgate and Wish, and I just look at what's being faked these days. And it really does surprise me with what people are investing their time to fake, because it's just stupid. And the fakes are getting more expensive, which I guess is good. But FYI, I'm watching the replay, and there are clearly faint scrolling bars. Maybe why green is weird. You know, Hollywood, that's maybe a theory. I don't know. I don't know. Yellow and blue do make green. I don't know. It's definitely with I don't know when Hollywood's going to catch up and actually see this, but it's definitely with StreamYard's deal. Hey Newman, how are you doing? Oh, a knife or two in the Pinto pack. Well, Craig, I'm not opening it until I have the boys here to open it with me and we can make a video. Some company that claimed I owed them more money than I did. Oh, Peter, there's so many scam artists though, and there's, you know, the thing is, there are so many companies that will just say I mean, like I've seen it happen. They'll like say you owe them $100 and they'll be like, yo, it's $1,000 because some people get so scared. They'll just be like, okay, here's $1,000. Don't mess with my credit. And they make money on people that way. You know, I'm glad that you were able to work with it though, and that you didn't just give in. That's crazy. That's crazy. That sucks. I want Jason to show up. I want Jason to show up and see if Jason. I want you to show up, and see this thing. I'm gonna have to send him pictures though. I want to do this in other colors now though. Me and Darren were talking about doing like a Northern Lights kind of one, you know. Or, wow, this blade rattles a little bit. Yes, definitely high quality. But like, you know, the colors of like greens and yellows and dark greens and like just all the colors of Northern Lights above the trees, and have the trees go all the way up and down the blade. That would be really cool. I think that would be really nice. So I'm going to have to find something that I can bring in tomorrow that's just big and broad. I think I have something. I mean, I got to have something from all the boxes I've gotten. But I'll make sure I show you guys that, you know, when I get it down. Doc, yeah, you can call Doc. Yeah, you can call me Kevin. Text me first to let me know that it's you. Because a lot of times if I'm just like working on stuff, I just automatically send all the calls to voicemail. And that way, you know, I know to answer the call. Nalsong has been stealing and copying my friend Eddie. Yeah, and you know what they do, David? I bet what they do is where's there. I bet what they do is that they just change like the shape of a pivot or something to say it's not the same design, and like that's what they do. Yeah, the right side smoother. I'm looking at. Yeah, well, I did the right side after. Yeah, so this side was the after I did this side, so I learned a little bit, and I didn't have. It has more color because it doesn't have the trees to deal with, you know. So, but I'll probably do the Northern Lights, you know, tomorrow, as we work on that, as we refine this process. I think he'll probably have the Glock done. I can get pictures of it tomorrow, because you know I come home to meet the boys from the school bus, but he stays ridiculously late, like every night. What's new? Not much. I was just showing off the Galaxy design for the Kukri we did, talking about all sorts of stuff. Still, I have. Let's see. So what have I released? I've got the barrel and blade for December coming up. I've got. Let me tell you what's coming up. Let me look here. Hang on a second. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. Hang on a second, guys. I can do this. I swear. I know how to internet. All right. So coming up, already edited, ready to go. We've got the monthly Knife Club Zippo. We've got Barrel and Blade for December. We've got the Kubi KU 299. We've got monthly Knife Club Onyx, which arrives tomorrow. We still got EDC Club to come in, hopefully very, very soon. So I mean, hopefully we'll get all those up. And then I've got another Kubi. I don't know the model number. I can't remember. That should be coming up. Oh, this is what I was getting. Oh, I can't believe I forgot this. I'm sorry. I'm going to be putting up a video with the winner of the Olight Parrot tomorrow morning. I was going to do it during the live stream tonight, but the truth is not everybody watches the live streams, and I'd hate for the winner to miss their name because they don't watch the live stream. So tonight, I'm going to record, and I'm going to do it all in real time. You guys will see the phone and everything else. You know, the random number generator, and I'll do screen capture as I go. But tomorrow morning I will announce the winner of the Olight Parrot giveaway, and I still need to pick a new winner for that fake Benchmade 940 remodel, because the winner never got in touch with me, never claimed the prize. So we've got to get that in somebody's hands too. So yeah. So we'll have to get that done too. But tomorrow morning, on the 23rd of December, 2021, we will get the winner picked. Well, I'll get the winner picked tonight, but I'll release the video tomorrow morning of who gets that O knife. I'm glad you asked, Peter, because I would have forgotten to say that otherwise. I might have even forgotten to do it had you not mentioned it. So, vegetable stir fry with shrimp in a hospital? What? I've never had that in a hospital. I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. I mean, I'm not, because you had to go through a ton of shit, but I've never had that in a hospital. Never, ever. So, sounds pretty good. Well, good old boy, we'll see. I still have the list of names, and we'll just have to choose another one. I don't even remember the name of the winner of the first one. I just know that nobody ever reached out to claim it, so we're gonna have to choose another one. Red looks fine on StreamYard. I don't know. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm gonna strut around the house in my flight suit for a while and just shout imaginary orders. No, I'll make up real orders. I'll shout them to Tato and Peta and see if they do anything. It should be good. But my wife wants to know when you're going to put up the video for the knife I sent you. I forgot about that too. Yeah. Probably next week. Yeah. Probably next week. And then following immediately after that, Peter will do the jerky box video where we use it. Yeah. So anyway, guys, I hope you all take care. There will be one or two more videos before Christmas, but if I don't catch you all before that, Merry Christmas to everybody. Have a great holiday with your families. You guys are all absolutely awesome. I really do appreciate you. I hope that this is a great time of year for you all. And thanks for joining me and encouraging me to be creative and do all this fun stuff. And you know what? I will be back again real soon. So I will see you then. Everybody take care.